suspect!
Coming to get you, Bobber.
Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. Now this is going to be about Halloween Ends. Now we don't know much, at this point in time we don't know much, if anything, about Halloween Ends. So this video is just what I want to see in Halloween Ends from what I've gathered so far. Now anything that I want for Halloween Ends might not be in the finished product. Everything that I want might be in the finished product, but at this moment in time this is what I want. When I see some trailers, when I see some images, some behind the scenes shots, my wants may change, but at this moment in time, this is what I want. Now, first of all, and most importantly for me, I want, or in this case, I don't want to see what happens to Michael between the events of 2018 and 2022. Now, I know they like to explain things these days in movies, but with the Halloween franchise, they're known to, or they're supposed to be known to, give us very little. Now if you look at Halloween H2O for example, we know very little about what happened to Michael between 1978 and 1998. Nobody really questioned it at the time, and nobody still questions it to this day. They just accept Michael Myers for what he is. So with the events of 2018, him killing or potentially killing Karen at the window, disappearing and then coming back in 2022 without anyone finding out what happened, without the audience knowing what happened to Michael in those 4 years. If we don't know, that's what I want. My next want is a smaller body count, and you're probably thinking, why do you want a small body count for a horror movie? Well, I just wanted to ring back to the original Halloween from 1978 when there's only a few bodies that turn up in that movie. This one is supposed to be a finale, so I just wanted to come full circle. I want them to start with a very little body count and build it up to Halloween Kills with a massive body count, and then just bring it back down again, just dial it down, tone it down to a couple of kills, and that's it, because I do want a smaller cast as well. So with a smaller cast would naturally come a smaller body count. I think that would make it more intimate, as to what David Gordon Green was mentioning. He wants it to be a more intimate movie, or it is going to be a more intimate movie. So how can they make it more intimate? Well, give us a smaller cast and an even smaller body count. Next up, I want answers, and that might be contradicting to what I've mentioned about I don't want to know anything about where Michael has been. I want answers in the sense of Laurie Strode. This is the end of the Laurie Strode saga, and the answers I'm looking for is to questions like, who's Karen's dad? Where has it been all this time? What was the type of relationship between Hawkins and Laurie? All those types of questions that got built up through the first couple of movies hopefully get answered in this one. Ben Tramer, will we see Ben Tramer? Is Ben Tramer alive? Etc. Also, this might be going on the realm of things that we don't need to know, but where was Michael's parents? I know that some people ask about that, and I'll probably do that, a separate video about that at some point, but what did Michael's parents think of what happened in 1978? I'm assuming that at least one of them were alive in 1978, unless they had an accident or died of a disease, but they would have been young enough to still be alive in 1978, obviously. They would probably be hitting about 105 or so just now, so they obviously can't be alive, or they can be, but where were they during any of these sprees? Do they have anything to say, or did they have anything to say? Did they have any reasons behind Michael's behaviour back in 63? Do they have any thoughts on what happened to Michael's brain in 1978? All those types of things would be nice to hear, although not necessary. But if you wanted to tie up the Laurie versus Michael saga, something like that could be, well, it could be something that we'd like to see an answer for. Finally, and probably the biggest want for me, is I want to see an end to this storyline, whether it be Michael dying, whether it be Laurie dying, or quite possibly both of them dying. And I don't mean Michael dying forever, because we know we're going to get another Halloween movie in the future, whether that be a reboot, sequel, prequel, whatever you want to call it. We're obviously going to get more Halloween movies in the future, but please accept that this is its own timeline, so anything can happen in this timeline. So what I want is a complete an absolute finale where nothing can bring them back. I know H2O was a good complete finale. How are they going to top the H2O ending and make it final? I don't know how they're going to do that, but it needs to have a definitive complete ending, and that's the most important thing that I want for Halloween Ends. Like I said guys, this is still very early stages. We haven't even gotten to the filming stages yet, so my wants may change depending on things that I hear, because when I talk about things that I want, I only talk about things that I want that are quite possible. Now if there's things that I want that just aren't possible anymore, then I'll remove that from my wants list and put on something else. So let me know down below, what are your wants for Halloween Ends? I'll talk to you soon guys. Bye bye.